Hey everybody, it's Aquinas. Welcome to my podcast. What comes up, comes out. Before we get started, I want to take care of some household rules. If you have not created a YouTube account, please do so now. That's the only way you're going to be able to comment, like, share, or sign up for those notifications. So please go ahead and do that now. It's free. Tonight I'm going to be coming at you live to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've ordered this week, and I want to share with you some of those companies, okay? So the first one is going to be Cecilia's House. This is a Black-owned company by a Black woman for Black women. You can find her on Instagram. That's where I found her. She talked about how she got tired of going from TJ Maxx to Home Goods, from Marshall or Ross, and she couldn't find any Black art. So she said, I'm just going to create one. Isn't that amazing that in today's time that all you have to do is say, I want, and it happens, or I think, and we can create. That's amazing. So I also like this because it is Tabitha Brown approved. She actually has this herself. You can see that on the site. Now, I did not know this when I started shopping and put this in my cart. In fact, Instagram knows when I want to buy stuff because stuff just show up on my news feed, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm a compulsive shopper. I'm working on it. All right. So the second thing I want to share with you all is a young man by the name of Forrest. And in his picture there, you'll see, and I want to get me some more Polaroids. Like, Polaroids were the thing. He sings about, he's a Christian artist, right? And so I found his song on Instagram. I don't know how. I do like to watch people dancing, and I like music also. But anyway, he has some apparel, and I purchased it. It's a brown hoodie, chocolate. It's called No Longer Bound. This is the front. Let me read the back for you. It goes, you came to set us free. I am no longer bound, oh Lord. And this is the rap part that I like. So if it's wrong, please forgive me. I do not own the rights to this, okay? Even in the valley of the shadow of death, I can take rest because the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed. Nope, that's wrong. Yeah, that's right. Feeling blessed. And even if I don't, I see it as a test. I love that part in the song because I get to wake up. I've already won. Now, I will tell you all that this hoodie was a bit costly. It's a couple $100. He talks about this on an Instagram post. He said, I wanted to do something local and make sure you all had good quality versus doing mass production. How many of you all would rather have quality over quantity, or as a leader, or just a person who's living life? What's more important to you, quality or quantity? Please tell me in the comments. I prefer quality. And people that know me will say, Aquinas, if you want something, money isn't an object. Don't get it twisted. I still have to go to my job every day, okay? But it's an experience. I can't take the paper with me because it's money, but no one can take those experiences away from me. And so life is for the living. But I do support this brand. The message, no longer bound. I've been struggling with depression. Taking care of Eric wasn't easy. He was diagnosed with ALS, and I will eventually talk in more detail about it. But I was just in these four white walls taking care of him for almost 2 years by myself, and it just got to be overwhelming. But I have come to the realization that I am the captain of my ship, and I do not have to stay bound. I am an overcomer. This shirt reminds me of that. I'm no longer bound. What I'll do is I'll make sure I put the information for the products that I'm talking about in the comment section, okay? Now, this next brand that I want to tell you all about is called Top 5 Clothing Company. This sweatshirt color is black, but you can see they have great bands on here. Guy, Mary, Heavy, Jodeci, Devontae says, come on. How many babies were made out of that song? And then I'll Be Sure. This got to me really quickly. I wore my pink sweatshirt. It had TLC, In Vogue, SWV. This is a size large. I do like for my sweatshirts to fit a little loose. So this was really cool. And then there's another brand. One of my agents told me about this. Too Longs, if I'm saying it correctly. They're based out of Atlanta, and I have been feeling blue and green lately, so that's why I got this. This is also the color of my high school colors, orange and blue. I graduated from Central High School, class of '03. I was the senior class president. So yeah, these are really cool. I've already worn a pair of these joggers once, and they're really comfortable. That's what I really like. Lately, that's just kind of what I've been feeling. You know, I want to be comfortable. Let's see. Oh, you all may be wondering, what is, hold on, let's see. There we go. So you won't believe this, even if I tell you probably, but this mic I had connected to my cell phone 5 minutes ago where I did a 32-minute conversation. Guess what? No one can hear it. So I was like, I gotta do this again. So I'm working on trying to make sure I do know how to use the equipment so that you all can get the best and quality session from me, excuse me. So just bear with me as I move through these learning curves and stages, okay? But the show that's playing behind me is called The Chosen. It's actually a free show. It is on YouTube that you see me, that I'm playing from right now. And basically it's about Jesus and his disciples, but it's based on how the disciples, you know, kind of see Jesus. And this show really humanizes Jesus. You do not have to pay for it. It's completely free. You can actually find it in your Apple or Android store called The Chosen. This is a crowdfunded show. So basically it only survives if people contribute. Now, I have not given tens of thousands of dollars to the show, but what I do is I purchase merchandise. This is a mug. Look up. I don't drink coffee, but I like the message. I like tea. Also, I'm not a huge fan of warm beverages, but I'm starting to drink a little bit more. There is an actor on the show. His name is Shahar, and he's also a photographer. This is a piece of his work, and I really like it. He signed it at the bottom. I just got to get it framed. I just haven't had a chance to do it. Some of the things that I like about the show is that Dallas Jenkins, who is the director, his father actually wrote the Left Behind series. He's been very intentional about making sure he keeps it free. There are an array of colors. You do not just see peach people. I say peach because my first nephew, when he was younger, that's what he called people who were not brown. So you may occasionally hear me say that. Jonathan Rumi, who plays Jesus, does a really good job being empathetic and showing compassion. So it's a really great show. What we're seeing now is Mary Magdalene, who had the several spirits on the inside. If you look closely, you'll see she is actually looking up. There's a bird, and she was about to commit suicide. It's just a really great show. Whether you believe in Christ, new to Christ, don't really understand, or just looking for something interesting and free, you should certainly download the Chosen app, okay? You will not be disappointed. Now, I will show you this calendar, and I know you're probably thinking, who has a calendar anymore? I mean, it's the 21st century. Well, I do. I like them. Everybody has a different learning style, and I'm a multimodal learner. So I like to have things so I can write it down. This is what the front looks like. It's called Pardon My Fro. And if you look at the back, you'll get a chance to see all of the months. And again, I am going to put the name of these products in the comments. I just saw this on Instagram. I told y'all Instagram gets me again, and it was Sherry Shepherd, and I want to say Kim Whitley. Oh my gosh, I forget what she does. She's a comedian. Anyway, I ordered this bag from there maybe about 5 days ago, and it came really quickly. This bag is really spacious. I like it because it's red. I'm a bright person in spite of what I've been going through. I still try and be positive. I don't see any other products that I wanted to share with you all this evening. Oh no, yes, okay, hold on. So there is another brand that I like called Tote and Carry. They're a minority-owned business, just like Pardon My Fro. They're a minority Black-owned business. And I'm gonna step back. Well, I'm gonna lift this up. This is my duffel bag that I bought. All right. I absolutely love the color pink because, again, it's bright. But what I like about this duffel bag is it is spacious also. I have clothes in there. I suffer from sinus year round. I also have a humidifier that's still in the box that it came in. There's zippers on there's a zipper on the side. It's really spacious. One of the things that I like about all of these different sites, if I recall correctly, you have the option or luxury of breaking these payments up. So if you can't afford it 100% upfront, some of them will allow you to pay in 4 installments. Klarna or Afterpay. There's another one that's purple. Shopify. I'm not sure of the name, but I just see it pop up and you have to put in these numbers. I know I sound real old lady like, right? Who does this? Like a T-Rex. But if you're interested, now The Chosen doesn't do that. You just have to pay for it. But those options are available. I just want to leave you all with the word of encouragement. You are worth it, okay? We only have one life. It's already April the 2nd. The year, the time is moving. It is not waiting or slowing for anyone. Make the most of it, okay? Jump out there with your hands high, with your feet dangling, right? It's the experience. Stay safe, of course, but don't wait. Okay, I do want to share one other piece of information with you all. I have decided that I am going to go to therapy so that I can, part of what I've been battling, because Eric is not with us anymore, is how, if any, did I contribute with him, probably, I don't even know the language because it's not like we talked before, he left. Just the fact that he wasn't with me anymore, in the house where I was caring for him. And then he expired, and I feel really bad about it. So I have, started the process to see a therapist, and I will see my therapist not the beginning, but I will see her later this month. So I just want to share with you all that there's nothing wrong with getting outside counsel. You just do need to be mindful, because everybody and anybody that's talking, even with an MD, may not be saying things that's reasonable or logical. But I was referred to this therapist by a friend. But you deserve to be the best version of yourself for yourself, right? One of the things that Cecilia's House Manifesto says is share stories, lean on your faith, and be resilient. The last thing that it says down here is choose yourself first. I'm choosing me first and making sure I get the help that I need, not only physically, because I have a trainer, and spiritually, because I do believe in Jesus Christ, but also mentally. And I know that's something we don't talk a lot about in the brown community, and I don't just mean Black people. I follow this girl called Shadi Sin. She's Tamalian, and I follow her on Instagram, and she's doing something completely different. She's cut her hair. I saw her promoting a self-love item, and she talked about how we don't talk about this. So she's a brown girl saying the same thing. And I don't know about the mental health part, but the comparison is it's not just Black people that's brown that don't talk about or may not, be getting help on all levels. You can check out these types of resources from your local health department, or talk to your primary physician. They have a host of knowledge, and I'm sure they'll be able and willing to help you. I don't have anything else to say. I mean, I do, but I talked about it 15 minutes ago in my 32-minute podcast that nobody heard. So again, please bear with me. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Please do not forget to comment. Just put where you're from. Put the number 1. Why does she keep telling us that? Because I want to get traction. I want to make sure other people are getting a chance to see and share in our community of love. Don't forget, what comes up comes out, and I will be chatting with you all later. Bye. Have a good evening.